Hello everybody, welcome to the next World of ZZT Livestream. We're live in HD now, and I figure I should probably hit the start button while people are asking me a bunch of questions about the new layout. So, first off, how I made this little looping intro vid. It's just an object, not a player. No, we were streaming at a 640 by 480. It's just, ZZT is just that small. And now we're at 1920 by 1080. So this little looping video of solving the town here is an object, and I had to get rid of the actual player, so if you look at the source board itself, I've got that set up where you push bombs onto a conveyor belt to destroy the player thanks to a buggy conveyor belt system. And then once an object detects that the player is gone, it tells the little object player to start doing its thing, and then I recorded that. It's very elaborate. And again, we're doing this in a much higher resolution. Hopefully the video quality of the actual ZZT video will be a lot better, because as well, this current looping video is accidentally not properly scaled, so it's very blurry and ugly. But anyway, tonight we're going to be playing part 1 of Operation Gamma Velorum. Oh, yeah, I guess I will have to mess with bitrates probably. Anyways, Operation Gamma Velorum, a 2002 release by Quantum P. It was his second game, I believe? I should take a quick peek. Yes, his second game. I picked this one for a couple reasons. I was trying to think of something appropriate for Thanksgiving, and I could not come up with anything. Then I ended up thinking a theme of Thanksgiving is what are you thankful for? And Quantum P has quietly been paying for the hosting of ZZT.org for probably close to a decade now, honestly. Never said a word, just right out of his own pocket every time, and without him having done that, we probably would have lost a lot of stuff by this point. The museum probably would not exist without Quantum continuing to fund things. And he still is, to this day. So I figured I'd embarrass him by playing a game he made when he was a teenager. Happy Thanksgiving. But I also picked it because I remember it being kind of fun. It's a 4-part game, and all 4 parts actually got released, which is a rarity in ZZT, as we've seen. It got positive reviews. It actually, 3 of the 4 parts won the Mad Tom's Pick Award, which was basically him picking his favorite game of each month. So he was doing a good job, albeit not a ton of competition by this point. But still. Let's see. I think that's about it. I definitely remember pretty much nothing about this. I know I played it, and I know I really liked it at the time because it's very derivative of a game called War Torn, which was like a favorite of mine when I was a small child. And War Torn is actually really cheesy and not that great. So I'm expecting this to be much the same, but we'll see what we get here. So let's see how this works and jump into the game itself. Oh no. OBS is not detecting DOSBox. What a great start. It's not detecting KevEdit either. Wow, awesome. I love OBS. Or DOSBox, or something. Let me try and restart DOSBox and see if it makes it show up or not. See, at least now I have this nice little background image that I can use. David, isn't that also the story of like Leisure Suit Larry 4 or something, where they purposely skipped a number and said the other one they lost the discs for it? There we go, much better. Now we've got what we're going for here. Yeah, I also need to still mess with this custom HUD a little bit more. I was playing around with like color key stuff, trying to do an even fancier HUD, but OBS only lets you apply it to like every part of a scene and not just a region. So it was causing issues with colors in the actual games themselves and not just doing my HUD thing. Anyways, Operation Gamma Velorum, Part 1. We get a rotating moon in the most adorable ZZT way possible. Don't think we're gonna get any music in this one. I don't believe Quantum was a musician so much. So we get this simple title screen, and get ready for some teenage RPG action game from 2002. We play as Core, who lives on Mars, many misfortunes of Earth, some fast-looking text. There's Martians on Mars, and we became friends. I'm a quarter Martian, which means Martian powers. And this is a really great sunrise. Core and I guess Megan are off to solve the mystery of the supernova or whatever. It's very convenient that Core has Martian powers, because it means we can just, make anything up we want, and it'll be justified, because of course Core knew all about it. So yeah, we're friends with the Martians now. OPRGV1. Alright. Some cool perspective. And we're going to the mall, the size of New York City, if New York City still existed. Quantum was definitely one to put in some detail. But this is still very much an early ZZT game in the sense that this is one of his first games. So one thing this game features is Megan, who will actually be following us around. And thankfully we can push her out of the way if she gets too close. So let's check out this cool Martian mall. Anyways, this is the kind of ZZT game we're playing. One where we can buy a machine gun, an answering machine, or some alligator traps. We don't seem to have any money. Oh no, I also just realized that we're running a broken version of ZZT, which might cause issues. So here's a fun story, now that I have to talk about that. You can't see it because the HUD is modified, but gems and score are not capitalized on my HUD right now. So I'm definitely running some of these modified ZZT, and I remember when I was playing actually David N's The Mercenary, it started running in some alternate ZZT because I just extracted everything into the folder, and it gave me a lot of issues. So we may have to switch executables yet again at some point. But in the meantime, let's regret that we can't buy any alligator traps. Hopefully nothing horrible breaks. And they're selling loot boxes here on Mars. I accidentally overwrote something. I guess that lady tried to tell me to eat my vegetables and then teleported out of the store. Ooh, we found a quarter from Earth. The game physically will not let us approach the guy playing the shooting range, so I guess we're not going to get a turn anytime soon ourselves. Alright, well, I get some more buildings. Definitely have to check out the arcade, but I guess Megan won't be joining us. The pinball table has a tax and costs $50 to play now. A lot of pinball tables with very high price tags. That is some terrible customer service. I guess since we don't have a bank account, we can't do anything at the Bank of Mars. Kind of surprised he did not make Megan run at Cycle 1, because it's very easy to get far, far away from her. Alright, everybody wants to learn about this cool supernova. Oh man, this is a good waiting in line simulator. Alright, so supernova currently just very big. I guess we can't go anywhere else in the mall here. So let's check out the arcade again, now that we're being told to. there's something. Poor Megan. Come on. Alright, we get to actually play, I think this one was Space Invaders? No, this is Space Pong. Your planet is in grave danger. An asteroid is about to hit your planet unless you use your ships to bounce it away. However, another fleet of spaceships doesn't want you to knock it out of orbit because it would crash into their planet instead. You will have to be skilled to become a hero. Well, this is dark. Ooh, look at those. Graphics erase. I hope this is as exciting for all of you as it is for me. It might be an object walking and putting an empty, because I think that would make it go faster. Oh yeah, also we get to deal with ZZT just not knowing how to handle objects moving in sync. Well, I already won. It's a very boring game if it's the first to a single point, but I guess when it's an asteroid that's going to destroy an entire planet, you only get one shot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's a bully. Here comes the first RPG battle of several. This board layout is pretty much identical to the one that War-Torn used. It's extremely War-Torn, this game. Wow. Here in 2002, Quantum just knows that you have definitely played many RPG fights in ZZT games and jumps right into it. You don't get any explanation whatsoever. Let's just shoot the bully. That seems like it will work. I think I'm doing good. Bully cannot aim his or her or their space lasers. Let's punch the bully. Oh no, we still hit. And we don't get control of Megan, actually. That is different from War-Torn. We did get to pick attacks for both your party members. Alright, let's shoot him again. Oh, that's actually taking ammo, of which I guess I just had a couple shots. Look at the little punch animation. Alright, well now that I have limited ammo, I don't want to just keep shooting the bully. I'm just going to kick him. Good job, Core. You definitely got rid of the school bully. How old are these kids? And now they're under arrest for space crimes. Wow, we really did a number on this guy. We're under arrest for attempted murder. Ah, okay, he's fine. Oh no. We're all under arrest. Even the bully gets in trouble. Wow. Alright. I'm glad the cop just took our word for it. What a great cop. And we can't even take the stun blaster. Well, there's a passage here. So I'm gonna check out the Astronomy Association once again. Alright, this is a fast-moving plot. Let's learn the secret of the supernova thanks to this guy who just doesn't seem to care. That we're a bunch of teenagers. Ooh, that's a nice elevator door. Well done, Quantum. What a great elevator. Alright, now we get that great artwork. Get such a squat looking head. I'm guessing that's Megan in the middle. Ooh, we get the 3D talk engine as well. Look at those mouths move. Look at that elevator counting the floors. Alright, well, things just got real. Oh no. Oh good, I can go this way. I was worried I let her accidentally get in front of me. Time to let some teens into wherever the heck we are. It's Commander Arcturus! Bet you didn't see that one coming. You know, that guy who we all thought was dead. I guess. Alright, I'm far more distracted by Megan's pathfinding here. But I guess the supernova was not an expected explosion. We get to wear some cool name tags. Oh, I'm very glad that Quantum is decent at coding, because it would have been very easy to soft lock doing that. Let's take a look at this board before we leave it. We got whatever that room is we're going to. I guess the middle one, top middle looks like Earth. We got a board of people, a lounge, some computers, and I guess the living area in the corner. A fancy place. Meanwhile, in here, plot thickens. It's a mysterious asteroid. Suddenly, goes supernova. Yeah, this is a really cool animation we got going here. So it sounds like terrorists made a star go supernova, and now me and my fellow teenager Megan are going to enlist in the Allied Air Force because they are bored. It's very made by a teenager, Matt. Extremely teenager. We're about to join the Space Air Force. All because we decided to ask what the heck that supernova was. Alright, we got some more gameplay here. The combat trainer. So I guess we're basically just playing whack-a-mole here. Oh, I'm loving this little counter. Quantum was having a lot of fun with these details. And I'm just the best space pilot ever, apparently. Hey, we're prodigies. That's fantastic. Oh, this is a nice detail board too. I love how much of this game is Quantum has a little part of the next board in the previous one. We see this table before we get this close up. We see the little room where we watched our cutscene of the supernova before we actually went in there. Alright, well, we'll take our special tablets and leave. Alright, we gotta find the terrorist power stations to save planet Gamma Velorum. Or Velorum. Whatever it may be. trying to decide if this is very Star Wars or not Star Wars at all. So we get our spaceships here. And again, pointing out that girls can fire guns too. Space Mutiny, yeah, that's probably about right. And there goes our ship. Where are we going? I love this use of depth. It's really good. So many games would have just had these ships fly off the side. Because Quanta P was a really good ZZTer. He just showed up and started making stuff. I mean, the writing is as generic as it gets, but there's definitely a lot of love put into this. And this little lunar lander, it's great. Uh-oh. It's the terrorists, because this game came out in early 2002. Whoa. There's a lot of terrorists to be fighting, actually. But I guess we've got... Oh, our torches are medkits. They did mention healing pills. We also got a knife. We also don't get to choose who we're attacking. That's kind of an odd choice, actually. Oh, these terrorists are like not anywhere near as strong as the high school bully. Alright, well, let's just heal for the sake of seeing what healing does. Alright, that's what healing does. Gets rid of our torch. Alright, Core successfully kicks someone else to death. Alright, and we gotta find the power station, or else the Death Star gets to do its thing. Boy, it's a really good thing we decided to go to the mall this morning. And what a fantastic little takeoff, too. Yeah, that's a good point, Ravenworks. You definitely didn't see a lot of games where there were extra characters like this. especially ones where they were actually on screen at all times. Oh, the other terrorists know we're here now. I know when we played Commodore's The Living Dead, that had a part where you had someone follow you, but she didn't really do anything. Which, admittedly, Megan's not really doing anything either as far as the gameplay boards where you move around go, but she's still a character, even if these characters are all very generic. Ooh, we're flying over the planet. And reading manuals. Well, this is probably going to be important information. Let's see here. There's a radar, a map, control panel for bay doors and weaponry. Alright. Are we going to do a bombing run? Like, legit bombing? First, make sure the bay doors are open. That is good, yes. Cursors on the radar screen will show your bomb or missile will land. Do not move cursors to point to target. When bomb lands, the target will not be where it used to be. This sounds like it's going to be a cool engine. I want to see how this goes. Alright, so all that was just to tell us arrow keys to aim and shoot west to fire. Right? Right. Alright, wish me luck. Oh wow, that's pretty neat. I still don't understand this HUD. Am I supposed to be... Oh man, that's bad news for all of this. I don't know. So I guess... And then I time it? I thought that hit. Well, I'm about to get a game over here, I'm sure. Oh well. We're all dead. Whoa, I did not notice that she turns her head around. Please pay close attention to the center of the screen here. She's looking at us, and she very soon will not be. That is really good. I was very much distracted by the weird radar thing that's going on here. So... where it was. But where is where it was? Okay, I'm starting to figure it out at least, that I'm the slight green dot. And every time I pass around here... So what am I doing with this cursor on the left, though, is what I don't get. This is not clicking with me. What am I doing here? Does anybody have any idea what I should be doing? Because I'm about to just give up and cheat. I still do not get what this left part is doing. And all that the right part seems to do is just determine when the green starts showing up in the left area. So I mean, that would be my target. Top and center, and just shoot it like when it shows up, or what? And it doesn't help that it won't let me shoot if the last direction I moved is to the left, because the actual player is not in the right spot for that. Oh, well, okay, Ravenworks solved the puzzle, because that worked perfectly. Good job. Um, well, I got a new message, and then... Oh. I just completely missed that it revealed a passage. Good job, me. Alright, let's watch our bomb in action. I am not sure how that effect happens. I want to say it's using like blacks on black slimes. That's my best guess. That or it is just changing. I don't know, I guess it is just changing a bunch of things that appear to be dark cyan on dark cyan. Anyway, that was a neat little explosion. We totally destroyed that nuclear reactor. Saved the solar system. I wonder if teenagers can be promoted. Gonna get a pizza party. Guess this is a happy ending. The AI pathfinding is like good because it seems to realize that it's getting stuck, and so it tries some other movements. Like, I think in most games, me standing here, like, she would never be able to reach me. She would just keep trying to move south. But this thing's like, oh, I'm still not next to the player. You better try a different direction. But she also still moves in straight lines when she isn't blocked. So I think we'll definitely take a look at her code at the end of this, because I'm kind of curious exactly how it's working. But those space terrorists are still out there. I mean, I know the asteroid is still out there, but I guess it's not really. This seems very much like there doesn't need to be a sequel so much. We got transition to nighttime on Mars. And I guess that's it. Congratulations. Completed part 1 of Operation Gamma Velorum. To unlock part 2, use this password. Ooh boy. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that, because I apparently will be needing it. Making me enter hex code. Honestly. To be continued. Well, that was fun, actually. Let's take a quick peek over the Cavedit side of things. Oh, and there we go. I'm not going to have that flashing text there this whole time. Oh, Cavedit is still very much not there. Let me restart Cavedit like I had to do with DOSBox. Alright, so here's our Cavedit, now with squished but visible sidebar, this new layout, as well as seeing where we're at with ZZT. So things I wanted to check out. Oh, here we go. First of all, we get some toolkits which have had their names. No, I think that's just a Cavedit bug. It's showing the title up top. It is a horrific looking mess here, good lord. Alright, well, thank you for using Quantum's toolkit. Made with 100% STK. Okay, and we get this weird looking test board. Ooh, that's a good sound effect actually, I like this one. That's like an incoming fax. I have no idea what any of this means. Just do not use computer. Alright, let's take a peek at Megan's AI here. She walks in. Yeah, okay, that's pretty straightforward. All it is if she's blocked, she just tries to move in a direction perpendicular to what is considered towards the player. And then same thing here. She'll try to move away from you if you touch her, and if not, she'll try and move perpendicular to you instead. So that's really simple, but it's definitely made the difference. It definitely stands out. And our other mystery... Wasn't there another mystery? Oh, I wanted to find out, yeah, how this explosion works. Okay, I definitely need to change F1 from being my mic toggle button when I'm in an editor. Anyway, so first we get the yellow part of the explosion. Oh, it's just... Oh, wow, that's kind of neat. That's just a randomized explosion. It tries to move east or west, which is, perpendicular to north. And then it tries to move east a couple times, and it does it again. That's pretty cool. That was a very distinct effect. Oh, the head turn? The head turn is just, yeah. It's just going to be putting empties, since she conveniently has black hair. Anyway. And also, sure enough, that password is indeed encoding our stats. So all the ammo that I wasted on the bully is definitely gone forever. You can see the default password. I mean, most ZZT passwords kept track of everything. It's just normally there's like next to nothing to track. This is like a very long and elaborate password for something that's literally just one of two characters. Oh, I guess it's not really being that specific. It's just like one or two possibilities for each character here. Or maybe, oh, I guess this one's more complex. Never mind, I lied. Look at all that. So you can make your own game of Velorum password generator, I suppose. Alright, well... Oh, how'd I almost forgot? We need to review this game. Now with uncropped browser. Okay, so first and foremost, this game did come out in 2002, and I already reviewed it back then. So, let's see, 02, I would have been 13 years old when I reviewed this game. In this game, play as core, War-Torn, the greatest ZZT game ever. This is some quality writing, which I refuse to dignify by reading out loud. But basically I say that it's exactly like War-Torn, and therefore it is a very good game, and I also compare my first game to War-Torn, despite having absolutely nothing to do with War-Torn in any way. Anyway, I gave it a 4 out of 5, which I think is about right, honestly. Depending on what your priorities are. Now, we get some more interesting reviews by people who understand things. Jonathan Wellington Wells, the author of Evil Sorcerer's Party, has a bit more to say. Which is basically that it's well executed, but it's mostly just watching cutscenes. It's an interactive movie. Its storyline is whatever. Predictable, overused. Still fun. but so far decent enough. I get Fish Food here, who is a bit more hostile, which is generally the case in pretty much all of his reviews, saying that step one, set the speed a little higher, which is probably a good idea. I watch a movie, and then another movie. I start walking around. Not because it's a pleasant change, not because I hate movies, because the plot and dialogue were incredibly cardboard. And while I didn't expect Fight Club, I wouldn't mind something a little better than Spy Kids. That is a quote for the box. So he's not a big fan of this whole wake up and save the world thing as teenagers. It's definitely a 90s kind of thing for ZZT. But I guess that's the kind of game you make when you're a teenager. RPG battles are awful. Not a bad game. It's nothing like the war-torn-ish game that I described. And then Mad Tom, who later on gave it a Mad Tom's pick, who is definitely on board with it. Very good engines. Did some research naming his characters after astral bodies. This, my friend, is in my opinion one of the best warning signs of an upcoming brilliant ZZTer. And that's about it. But I guess I have to update my review 20 years later? Thank God, not 20 years later. 16 years later? You all know my email address anyways, I don't need to hide that. Cute engines, boring story. First ignored what I wrote when I was 13. The game is mostly cinema, with a few little engines for actual gameplay. Story is indeed cardboard. You wake up, ask about a supernova, and suddenly are now Teen Space Air Force pilot who saves the solar system. There's a lot of little detail. In terms of animation, at least. Talking heads, elevator doors, turning heads. Lots of fun moments that look really nice visually. Its story does not leave you looking forward to part 2. But at the same time, definitely want to play it. Cute game. Better than you'd expect. Such a new ZZ tier at the time. Cannot type. I guess that's about it. I don't know. 3.5 if I was going to give it a number, which I never do, because numbers are bad. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing that. It had some eye-catching moments, and it was just fun. So, if you all would like to see the rest of the series, I don't really know where the series is going to go. I would definitely be down for playing the rest of these. That was enjoyable and not particularly lengthy or difficult other than me being inept at the bombing run. So it might be neat to check out the rest of these since it's one of those rare series that actually got finished. So thank you all for watching. Have a nice Thanksgiving if that's your thing tomorrow or whenever. And we'll see you next time. Maybe we'll just jump right into part 2. Maybe we'll play something else. Who knows? Until then, we'll see you later.